What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media and welcome back to part number 3 of our live Pokemon Showdown RU session. We are 2-0 on the session so far, I guess 3-0 depending on how you want to look at it. We had a couple of forfeits in the first episode. It was kind of lame actually. We didn't get a full match in, but we did get a victory last time, again by forfeit, but it was more of a complete match, so I guess we can at least count that as a win. Not that we're keeping track or anything. As I hope you guys are enjoying the session so far. I'm surprised with how well this team is performing, but I feel like I say that in every session. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, so maybe I should have a little bit more confidence. I don't really know. So like I said, hope you guys are enjoying the session so far. If you are, make sure you're leaving a like rating and a comment, all that good stuff. You know, it really does help out when you guys do those kinds of things. I know a lot of you are very, very supportive, and a quick shout out to the people that just come by and watch every day. You don't have to like the video and leave a comment every single time. There's a lot of people that don't have YouTube accounts or whatever that just stop by and just want to watch some Pokemon, and I just want to say, you know, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I feel like I've said that 5 times already, so I'm just going to shut up and we're going to play some Pokemon. Except I lied about the shutting up part. Alright, so we got Giggles, Slacking. Ooh, that is scary. Hitmontop, Jolteon, Sharpedo, and Almastar. Alright, so very, it looks like hyper offensive to me. I only see really one potential wall. Really nothing to take special attacks, but we don't really have anything that has special attacks, to be fair. That Jolteon is going to be a problem for Rotom, just spamming electricity all over the place. Do I want to say the Almastar is going to lead off? Yes, I do want to say that. So I'm going to go, yep, there's the Almastar. That puts us in a good position because we can just go for a nice little Volt Switch. And that should, from previous experience, I don't know, depending on the spread, we've seen it bring it down to about 30%. And that should be enough for Hitmontop to finish it off with a Mach Punch. If it's not, then we're gonna have a problem. We're definitely gonna have a problem. But we'll see here. We'll see. Maybe he'll just go right into the Jolteon. That'll put us at a little bit of a disadvantage. But I'm guessing by the way, by the fact that he's leading off with it, that it's going to be sashed, and it's there for hazards. Spikes and stealth rocks and all that stuff. I don't really agree with the whole suicide lead thing, the dedicated suicide lead. If it turns out that most of the time it just happens to be a suicide lead, but if like that's the entire purpose of the set is to just have it die, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Now, see, I'm running Memento on my Dugtrio, so that's a thing. You know, that kills off your Pokemon, but it's a situational thing. It's not like I go in there planning to use Memento immediately. It's just something that might help out. I don't know. I guess I'm just not looking at it the way other people look at it, but he put on the timer almost immediately, and now is either running the clock or just taking forever to think of his move, and I don't understand why does that happen. It's like, you put on the timer, and then you're gonna take 3 minutes to choose your move. That is confusing. I don't have anything against people putting on the timer. I mean, if you want the battle to move quickly, that's fine. You don't know that I'm commentating and that I'm a slowpoke when it comes to choosing moves and I just babble on forever and ever. You don't know my life. Mar25. Mar as in C, I guess. Or Mare. Mare is C also. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking out my wazoo. It's an official body part. Are you even gonna do anything? Come on now. Are you really wasting my time after putting on the timer? I mean, are you just assuming that I'm going to forfeit and just leave? He's got 20 seconds left. Let's see if he's really running the clock. If we get down to 10 seconds and then he just randomly chooses his move, I will be a little bit upset. Because that seems like a strategy to me. He's got 10 seconds left. Are you going to choose your move? Are you going to choose your move? It doesn't look like he's going to choose his move, ladies and gents. All right, well, this is the longest 10 seconds ever. This is the longest 10 seconds of my entire life. Okay, he loses due to inactivity. What? I just don't understand. I don't understand. Gonna look for another battle. And it's gonna take a while. Okay, maybe it's not. We got, whoa. This is an impressive team here. Registeel, Meganium, which is a threat, Alomomola, Swellow, Sharpedo, and another Rotom Mo. Alrighty then. I see, like, this whole area over here, it's just stall. And then we have lots of offense. So it's a fairly fairly balanced team here, depending on what this is, because Rotom can do a lot of different things. Most people just run the trick set with, you know, Choice Scarf or whatever. Sharpedo is dangerous. Swellow is very dangerous as well. I would like to get Rocks up as soon as possible. So as much as I want to lead off with Cindy, though, I kind of do. Ladies and gents. Let's lead off with Cindy. See what happens here. We see the Registeel starting things off. I'm going to taunt you so that you can't set up Rocks. I'm hoping that you're not packing the EQ, but most of them do. So we're going to taunt, and then I think I want to switch out. Yeah, there's the Stealth Rocks. How typical. Or do we just go for a knockoff? Are we going to see a switch here? We might. We might just see a switch. Now, this Meganium can also be packing the Aromatherapy, so we need to think about that when we're trying to spread Toxic and Will-O-Wisp. We might want to get rid of that first. We might. Let's see here. We could go into Turnip. No, that really is not going to do much for us, is it? It really, really is not. Now, we can go into Spike and get up our own Stealth Rocks, because I don't think this Registeel can do a whole lot to us. Let's go into the Registeel. Or, not Registeel. Let's go into the Druddigon here. There's the Seismic Toss. Okay, so you're I know what set you are. You probably got shenanigans going on. T-Wave and such. Out comes the Alomomola, thinking maybe we're offensive. We're not offensive. So I'm just going to Dragon Tail you out. You're probably going to Toxic me, aren't you? Knowing you, you're probably going to Toxic me. So I kind of want to go into Cindy. It doesn't look like he has any spinners either, unless the Swallow is packing the Defog, which would be kind of silly. So that means no sashes for you either. Although looking at this team, it doesn't appear as though anything is sashed. The Swallow is usually Toxic Orb or Flame Orb. Sharpedo, I guess the most I've seen it is Life Orb, actually. So do I Dragon Tail? No, I think you're going to Toxic or Wish. So I'm going to go into Cindy here. Yeah, there's the Toxic. You're so predictable. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, the question is, do we SD? I kind of want to just SD. I'm going to do it. You're going to stay in and throw up a Wish. What are you going to try to pass that into? Because I feel like I can just go for an SD again. No, we don't want to let that Swallow come in because it will outspeed and destroy our lives. I'm going to go for a knockoff. He stays in. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the lefties. There's the Scald. Ew. Okay, that is a problem. We don't want to get burned. So I'm going to taunt you now, because we haven't brought that out yet. And there's the Skull. Oh, I thought he was going to go... Okay. All right, we got lucky we didn't get burned there. We definitely did. Do we go for another SD? Or do we just switch in? Let's see. What can we do here? What can we do? We could switch in Kimba to basically not do any damage whatsoever. Because then he can switch in the Registeel and get up Rocks, and it'll be a whole big thing, and I don't like that. So we're going to switch in John here, because we can take the Skull just fine. He's just spamming Skull. That's perfectly fine. Still no burn. He used it 3 times. That is really unfortunate. I'm not going to lie. I am not even going to lie about that. He's still taunted, so he can't Toxic. He's probably just going to Scald again. Because that might be his only attacking move. He could have... we've seen the Wish. We've seen Toxic. We haven't seen Protect yet. I'm going to Volt Switch regardless. The Registeel is going to come out because that's probably his special wall. Probably special defensive. We get a crit and it only does 25%. Oh my goodness, that is especially defensive if I've ever seen it in my entire life. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see here. Do we go into Cindy and taunt it again? I'm kind of scared, to be honest with you. I'm kind of scared. We saw the Seismic Toss, so maybe he doesn't pack the EQ. I don't know. I'm going to go into Cindy anyway. I don't want to get T-Waved. I don't want you getting Rocks up. I mean, my team really isn't hampered by Rocks, to be fair, but I just don't like it. I just don't like it. So we'll go for Taunt. And if the Alomomola wants to come in, all I can do is Scald. And at least, you know, we're forcing some switches. But the Alomomola has the Regenerator, so that is a kind of a problem. I would love to get a knockoff off on this Registeel as well, because the lefty is really the only recovery it has. Unless it's packing the Rest. but doesn't have the Chesto Berry, so that is also something to keep in mind. Oh dear, I've got lots of things to say here. Lots of things to say, and the Swellow is actually going to come out, and it's going to get its thingamajiggy off for free, and I do not like that at all. That is the scariest thing I've seen. If I went for a knockoff, that would have been amazing. I guess he predicted the taunt. That was a good play on my opponent's part, and I really don't have much of a switch into this. I can switch in Spike and just kind of, I don't know, fodder it, I guess, and get some recoil as well, and then maybe come in with John here. Do we need Spike for anything? Does Spike handle anything on this team? Not really. But at the same time, we could bring in Turnip to get an Intimidate off, but I still think it's going to be taking a butt ton of damage, and we might want to save that Toxic for later. So, we're going to fodder off Spike here. I'm going to predict a Facade, and yeah, there's the Facade. That just straight up kills us. He's going to take a nice, what is that, like 29% plus the 6 from the Toxic damage, and we should be okay to go out into John here, and we can just Volt Switch, and it'll be a nice time. If he wants to switch out, which would be fine, he has to take another 25% when he comes back in because of those rocks. Now, or do I want to go for a Leaf Storm predicting a switch? What would you switch into? Probably the Registeel. Freaking Registeel. Alright, Volt Switch it is. We'll see if he wants to sack this thing. I mean, that was a big wall breaker for him. I don't know if he's going to want to sack it. I'm not positive. He needs to weigh the odds here, because the Stealth Rock is really going to hurt his chances. Okay, he's going to switch out into his own Rotom. We're going to get a Volt Switch off. That does absolutely nothing. And let's see, what do I want to go into? Are you going to be Scarf, though? That's the question. I would love to go into Cindy. I really don't want a Choice Scarf on this, though, because Taunt really just shuts down these 3 Pokemon here. Other than the Alamomola's Scald, which is a little bit of a problem. Yeah, I don't have much for this, unfortunately. I really do not. What we can do is use Doug to trap this Registeel next time it comes in. So that's something. That is something, because we can't be T-Waved. But that's always nice. Most of these are Scarfed, though. Most of them are Scarfed. I don't want Kimba getting a Scarf either. I don't want any of my Pokemon getting a Scarf. I really don't. Other than, okay, I know what we're going to do. We're going to go into Cindy. And I'm going to predict him to go for a Trick here. Am I? Or is he going to go for a Volt Switch? Either way, I'm going to go back into my own John and see if he goes for it. Nope, he just goes for a Volt Switch. That does absolutely nothing. And he's going to get some initiative here. But this isn't really the best position for him to be in. What he can do is go into Registeel, and then he can try to get some, you know, rocks up as I Volt Switch out, supposedly. But if he does that, I'm going to go right into my Dugtrio, trap him, and kill him. He does go into the Registeel. Okay. Well, fair enough. Or we could go for a Will-O-Wisp too, but that's really not going to help us too much. So I'm just going to Volt Switch out. We can't stop the rocks at this point. We can Rapid Spin them later on. We definitely can. Only 17%. That is absolutely nothing whatsoever. I don't think he's going to go for a Seismic Toss. I think he's going to set up rocks. Yep, there's the rocks. He was very much so about that. Now he can't switch out, so we can just go for EQ, and that should be a dead Registeel, because he's specially defensive. Yep, down he goes. So Doug doing his job very, very well. Very, 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 very well. Now, what are you going to go into? The Sharpedo, maybe? That's very possible. But we have a Focus Sash intact, so we can just go for EQ, and that might just kill you after rocks, just because Sharpedo is so ridiculously frail. I don't know what else he would want to go into. Maybe the Rotom. If he goes into the Rotom, he's definitely Scarfed. The Meganium would be a decent switch as well. Actually, most of his Pokemon at this point, other than Sharpedo, are a good switch. Okay, the Sharpedo does come in. I mean, I definitely outspeed you. I hope you know that, unless you're Scarf Sharpedo, which that's not very common at all. I'm just gonna go for an EQ, and the Sharpedo just goes down. Already sacrifices it. I'm not sure why you did that. Sharpedo's not even close to being as fast as Dugtrio is. I don't agree with that play at all. Yeah, I just don't agree with that at all. Out comes the Alomomola. And I'm not sure exactly what you're going to want to do. Scald, maybe? Maybe Scald? Or are you just going to Toxic all over the place? I'm going to go into Turnip here and get rid of these rocks, though, because I'm not afraid of this. I'm not afraid at all. We get a nice little Intimidate off. There's the Wish. What are you going to try to pass that into Swellow? That is kind of scary. But I'm going to Rapid Spin anyway. Yeah, that's not good. If we went for Mach Punch, that would have killed, I think. He goes all the way back up to full HP, which really stinks. It really does. We still have our Focus Sash intact with this Dugtrio, though, so we can get off a nice Stone Edge. Actually, I think Reversal would kill, to be honest. Does Swellow outspeed? That would be something to look into. I think... Let's see here. Let's see. This puts us in a bad position. We basically have to sacrifice something. He doesn't really have any physical attackers left except this. So, let's see. Data, Swellow. Let's just take a look here. Base 125 speed, so you do outspeed Doug. Because Dugtrio is base 120. Alright, so that's not the best thing here. Do we really need it for anything? I don't think so. Because we could just come in with John and then T-bolt it, and it would be, you know, the end of that. Huh, do we really want to sacrifice it, though? Because that... No. I'm going to go for a Mach Punch here. That might not be the best play. That's not even a one-shot. Oh my goodness, Turnip, you are too bulky, my friend. And he's going to forfeit after seeing that damage. He just wants no part of that whatsoever. I'm not sure why he didn't go for the Brave Bird. I guess he was predicting a switch into something. But Brave Bird hits everything on my team neutrally. I don't have any resists at all to Flying type. Actually, this team is fairly weak to it. Because I do have two Pokemon that are 2 times weak to Flying and no resists. And I'm just realizing this now. But, alright, so that's going to be that. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, the video, all that good stuff. Remember, if you did, make sure you are leaving a like, rating, and a comment, all the usual stuff. And I will see you all for part number 4. But until then, game on.